Hi, welcome to my channel, George Credit Recovery. Thank you. Back at it again. We're gonna go ahead and be reacting to TikTok videos about credit score advice and loan advice and anything that has to do with credit. So let's go ahead and jump into this and see how it goes. Alright, let's see. Alright, let's see. Let me actually get rid of these. Bring down. Alright, let's see here. How to get a bad auto loan. Let's start off.
So you're wondering how to get out a bad auto loan deal because you went and purchased a car when your credit was horrible and you accepted a ridiculous high APR from one of these companies above: Santander, Ally Financial, Esteer Credit Acceptance, Westlake Financial. Let's go. Okay, so you have a couple different options, but just in general, work on your credit. It's very, very important. If you're looking for a quick boost, purchase a trade line or become an authorized user on someone's credit card that has 3+ years of history, a high credit limit, and low utilization, meaning they don't use that card too much. Okay, so the first thing you can do is refinance your auto loan. I recommend you going to a credit union or a bank. Please do not refinance your auto loan with the original lender. They are going to rip you off. When you refinance your auto loan with a new lender, they will ask for a deposit anywhere from $1,000+, depending on how much you owe on the account as of right now. The second thing you could do is purchase gap insurance. If you haven't already purchased gap insurance when you purchased the car, make sure you...
Oh, Jesus. All right. A deposit. I think he's maybe referring to... if you owe more than what the card's worth, you got to bring some money in. So if you owe $10,000, but the car is only worth $8,000 based off the value that the lender's using, then yes, you would have to bring in money in order to pay it down so you can get within their LTV policy. I don't know if that's what he's meant, but in case if he wasn't clear enough, I said it. Let's continue to finish watching that video.
You get it. You can purchase gap insurance on a new or used vehicle. The loan just cannot be paid off. Now, will gap insurance cover the full amount of the car? It depends on the value of the car. But you know what you can do with gap insurance. I'm not going to say it on social media. The third thing you can do is renegotiate with the original lender. Now, certain companies have different hardships that you may qualify for, depending on financially and things globally. But make sure you find out the information. And guess what? I always work on your credit, man. Never get into a bad auto loan. So you're wondering how to get out a bad auto loan deal.
Ugh. Oh, Jesus. This is definitely a very interesting video. Okay, so he provided some good information. When it comes to your credit, the areas to check are your pay history, your overall debts that you owe, how long you've had credit. Because normally it'll take a while before, depending on where you're trying to get credit score wise, if you're definitely trying to get from like bad to like good credit score, which begins at 670, that's where also you jump into a different tier credit score. But I would definitely say jumping into 720 and above, you'll get a better you get like a better credit score. So let me show you a institution that actually says it, that shows like their ranges of their credit scores based off your interest rate based off your credit scores. So let me see here. So this is kind of going to be like kind of a guideline just to be able to like understand. But okay, so right now you have right here, so to get a 649, which these are for people that have bad credit, FYI. So essentially, if you have a 549 or less, you'll get an 18%. Anything between 550 to 599, 14.74%. If you have 600 to 639 at 10%, and then 69 to 49, you will get a 640 to 679, you'll get a 7%, and again depending on the terms, and then 680 and above you get a 6%. So this is just based off this credit union of where they'll will they'll put you based off your credit score. See, so once you start hitting into that good credit score, which normally starts at 670, but they want 680, um, that's where you will go ahead and be able to get into a better interest rate. And then again, guys, remember that to ask them which credit score they use, because not all lenders just use FICO score 8 to give you a that's the credit score that they use. There's different types of credit scores that there is. So there's one that's called, I think it's Auto Score 8. Here, I'm trying to get into it so then you can see. All right, let's see here. And then FYI, this is a client's account, not my own. Okay, so auto. So these are the two scores that they'll use. So they'll use FICO Auto Score 8 and FICO Auto Score 2. So these are going to be either one or the other or both that they'll use. And how you get to here is, so when you sign up for Experian, this is actually the paid version of Experian is what I told the client to do. What you want to do is go to credit and then go to FICO score, and then it's going to bring you to this page, which then you start scrolling all the way down. And then you're going to see the additional FICO scores for credit cards, auto, and mortgages. So for this instance, we're checking out the auto. So this is where you'll see. So it's not always going to be based off your FICO score 8. It's going to be based off these credit scores. So that's something definitely to understand when you go to reapply. To get a better interest rate, what you can do, so like I said, your payment history, your credit utilization, how long you've had credit. If you had collections, that can help you, like with Credit Karma. They'll actually tell you, like, if you either get a collection removed or you end up paying it, how much points they'll give you. I'll link that video right here, and you can look at it next to see where, so you can go ahead and learn about those credit tickets I did on that video. So you can do that. If there's any errors too, again, that's gonna depend on a couple different factors. So like maybe if you paid a loan on time before, or maybe you have a collection that's not yours, fighting those can help you increase your credit so you can get out of the credit score. Another thing of how you can get out of bad credit, I didn't hear him mention this, but sell the car. You can always sell the car. Like that's always an option. And then if you still want to finance a car, what you can do is, if you know you're going to get a high interest rate, what you got to do is you got to mitigate how much you're asking for, because also you'll pay a lot more in interest if you have a $20,000 car versus like a $5,000 or a $7,000 cars. So with with car values slowly going down, you're definitely going to start seeing those cars decreasing. So if you are in a bad auto loan, you can always get rid of the car and just sell it and just go about it that route. Let me see, what else advice would I give trying to get out of a bad auto loan? If someone trusts you and you trust them, and you know somebody that has a better credit score, you can always go ahead and get it refinanced together with them, and that might go ahead and help you to get you out of that bad auto loan into like a better rate, and then within like 1 year refinance it out of their name. Hence, but there's more that goes into it. But yeah, just on this credit score, if your credit score is not improving, just refinance it out of their name and voila. So yeah, so that's just, a couple tips there that you can go ahead and do to do that. Let's look at a couple more. Let's say this is... All right, let's see this lady. She says she knows about credit. So
my goal in this role is to help every single person get in a vehicle. So let's look at worst case scenario. Now let's see what vehicle we can land you in with all these. Oh, this one is looking promising. Maybe the Elantra. Now, I don't do this to sound mean at all. That is not the goal here. The goal is proper expectation. When you're going into something like an auto loan, home loan, anything like that, I'd be lying if I said credit didn't matter. Now, we can work with any stage of credit. What you can always get for free is some helpful advice. If you're in a stuck situation and you're looking into getting a car, but you can't qualify right now, one, give me and my team an opportunity. We are killer with bad credit. Two, if it's not an option right now, DM me. Let me help you with some credit building services and advice. I want to see us all grow and thrive together. Have a great day. Happy holidays, guys.
Well, that was pretty entertaining there. So let's see. The only thing that's not really important is, or not important, or the most important out of what she wrote was the job. Like, you can get away with not having no credit, not having a cosigner, no down payment, but a job is very important. That's like one of the most important aspects, I think, outside of credit, because you could have a really great credit score, but if you don't got a job, we're not going to give you a loan, because the whole point is repaying back a loan. That's the whole reason why lenders exist, to lend out money. It's like, you got to have a way to repay it. So obviously a job is the most important. If you don't, then also, if you don't have a consignor, then that means you maybe need a higher down payment, or maybe go with a less expensive vehicle. If you don't have the best credit, there's a lot of lenders out there that work with bad credits, and like she said, she actually has access to a lot of lenders that are bad credits. So you have anything like Santander, Westlake Financial, Prestige, Arrivo. Yeah, so it was like, she is right about managing your expectation. If you definitely, let's say if you have a job but you don't have the other three, like, you can at least then be able to know that, okay, well, don't go in for something expensive. Like, don't go in for a $20,000 car, because there are restrictions such as PTI, which is payment to income ratio. So there's a certain amount of your income that lenders don't want to exceed. So like, I'll do something really easy. So let's see, if you make $1,000 a month, and they were doing, where I worked at, they had 15% payment to income ratio. So that means your monthly payment could not exceed $150 or 150. It couldn't exceed 15%. So if you do 1,000 times 15%, you'll see that's 150. I got ahead of myself, but that's essentially how it is. And if it's 2,000, you just double that. So that stuff is very important to go ahead and know when you're going, at least in through the dealerships. When you go to banks and credit unions, they don't really use payment to income ratios, but lenders that work to dealerships, they do have payment to income ratios. So yeah, that's something to know. Like, her advice was, it was entertaining. It wasn't really anything. It was really trying to funnel to get you to help with credit, which I could see why she would say that. She is like in a great position to be able to help you build your credit, because she works with a lender. So kudos to you. Your mom's Miata. So let's see if we find another one. All right, we'll do one more auto loan and we'll switch it up. When a customer needs a car and agrees to $800 payment on the 15K. Oh, this sounds so good.
Get what? I love you, boy, and keep God in your life, fuck nigga. Do it. Get what? I love you, boy, and keep God in your...
And you see the true nature of a dealerships, and this is true. This is very true. I don't think I've ever ran into that, because $15,000 on an $800 payment. I was like, the interest rate has to be like 40%, because that does not make sense. $800 payment on a $15,000 car. Let's see here. Let me see. I'm running it on a calculator real quick. just to see 800 payment. The only thing I can see is maybe a little shorter term. Let's see. See 20%, 0 down. No, not even at that. Pay, yeah, it has to be at least 30%. Not even at 30%, guys. We're talking about 40%. I don't know any lender that charges 40%. 50%. I think he was doing that for entertainment purposes. So if you see here, I ran the numbers. So I put like a $15,000 loan. At 3 years, 50%, you get like an 811 credit score. So like, I think he was just doing that for entertainment purposes. But the whole thing is that if you're in this situation and you really don't have a lot of options to work with, you have a better chance of getting like a $5,000 or $3,000 auto loan, honestly. And this goes to show that, you know, when you get a high interest rate, $800 credit score, that's a lot. Like, you have to be able to borrow less so you won't get screwed in your payments, because once you lose a job, like, that's a wrap for you. Like, you will not be able, it'll be now if you thought it was harder for you to qualify for a loan now after losing your job and trying to pay $800 car, imagine trying to get another loan for a car that you let maybe go bad or maybe you're past due on because you couldn't keep up with the payments. See, so those are things to think about when you're getting into these loans. But that dealership just gives, this is why I'm not a fan of dealerships, because they're always just trying to rip you off. They're trying to make the most money off of you. So this is why I never suggest going to a dealership and just go through a private party. So you can go ahead and do that. So let's see here. Let's go into some personal loans. We'll do a couple more of these videos. Let's see. Alright, let's see. Reasons why Credit Karma can be so wrong. Let's go.
So I need a $25,000 personal loan. What kind of credit score do I need to get approved?
Assuming you meet all of the other criteria, you're going to need at least a 650 credit score.
Okay, perfect. Credit Karma says I have a 680.
Houston, we have a problem.
What? I'm in Dallas.
Got him.
Your FICO score shows 580, and you were denied.
That doesn't make any sense. Why would Credit Karma show me I'm at a 680, but yet I'm at a 580?
You're probably looking at your Vantage score from something like a Credit Karma. But really what you need to be looking at is your FICO score, or what I should say is one of the many different FICO scores that we might be evaluating.
So what do I do now?
You have to make sure that when you go to qualify yourself for credit, that you're pulling an actual FICO score and not a Vantage score or any other derivation. It's important to make sure you ask your lender which FICO score they're using, because there's a variety of different FICO scores as well.
So I need a $25,000 personal.
I said that. I think I even maybe have showed it in this video. Like, see, you gotta ask the lenders what kind of credit score they pull. And again, if you're not familiar with it, let me show you again here through Experian. So Experian is a FICO score. So when you go to their website and you sign up, make sure you sign up for their premium. That's the only way you can get access to the additional credit scores. So you can then ask. So let's hop back into here again, showing it for people that maybe give me 1 minute. Never mind. I was like having a little complications getting into a client's account. So we will just go ahead and move. So like he said, I'm not the only one saying it. He's saying it. Ask about that. So the best personal loans. Let me see. The problem is when you pay off. Let's see what she's saying. This lady right here.
Taking out a loan to pay off a bunch of credit card debt at a lower interest rate is not a bad idea. The problem is when you pay off that debt, you then free up all the credit cards, leaving you with open lines of credit and a new monthly payment for your personal loan. So here's the deal. It's not a bad idea if we're being strategic, but the problem is if you're paying off credit card debt with more debt, you're just shifting one debt to another, and we didn't actually fix any of the problems that got you there in the first place. What's likely to happen next is that you then have the personal loan payment, and then you start using the credit cards again.
Yep.
Which then slowly start to add up up, and then you have the personal loan and the debt payments. You see where I'm going here? Strategically, it's not a bad idea, but is strategy really what we need to be focusing on here? I'll leave you with this. Ask yourself, what got me into this situation in the first place? What got me into credit card debt in the first place? And start there. Taking out a loan to pay off a bunch of credit card debt at a lower interest rate is not a bad idea.
That is, yeah. She hit it right in the nail. Like, if you take out debt to pay it off, unless you rip up those credit cards, most likely you have a high chance of using those credit cards again. That is crazy. So that really didn't go over that. So let's see. Get a personal loan up to $50,000 with bad credit. Let's see.
Alright, so I had a few people hit me up asking me where to go to get a personal loan, and they got bad credit. Well, I got you. And always remember, what's old to me could be new to you, and we don't talk about things we don't do.
Okay, the rented Lambo. Let's go.
Watching Funny Financial, where we talk about personal credit, business credit, and how to build financial wealth. So make sure you like, comment, and share. And don't forget to subscribe. Alright, so I'm going to give y'all 2 sites I can go to get a personal loan with bad credit. And the first site we're going to talk about is Upstart.com. A personal loan for your personal needs. Check your rate in 5 minutes. Get funded in as fast as 1 business day. 43% lower rates as compared to a credit score. Flexible loan amounts. You can get a personal loan from $1,000 to $50,000. Fixed rates and terms. Choose between personal loans in 3 or 5 year terms with fixed interest rates of 6.5% up to 35.99%. No prepayment fees. You can prepay your loan at any time with no fees or penalties. How to easily apply for a personal loan. Check your rate in minutes without affecting your credit score. It's that easy to apply. Select your desired personal loan amount and preferred loan term. 99% of personal loan funds are sent just 1 business day after signing. The next website I'm going to give you guys to go to with bad credit for a personal loan is Avant.com. Get a personal loan up to $35,000. Everyone's financial life is different. That's why we offer flexible choices, simple solutions, and friendly support to help you keep moving forward 1 step at a time. So whether you need a credit card, a loan to help cover the unexpected, or a clear answer to a difficult question, we're here to help. I really appreciate y'all for giving me feedback and commenting and asking questions about personal credit and stuff like that. And always remember, what's old to me could be new to you, and we don't talk about things we don't do.
Not surprised with the advice. He's doing a clickbait title. Get a personal loan up to $50,000 with bad credit. Most likely, if you have bad credit, the chances of you actually getting approved, even for a $50,000 credit card, is not going to be possible. Like, the biggest thing that you're going to need to drive is that you've had experience with you've had experience with high personal loans. So the thing is that normally when you have a bad credit score, it's either you have missed payments, have collections, you've racked up your credit, or you have a lot of like outstanding loans, which counts for 30% of your credit score through Experian. That stuff will bring you down. So the chances that someone else is going to give you a $50,000 loan, unless you're consolidating, unless they require for you to consolidate and pay off all the credit cards and close them down, that's the only way that honestly I can see you getting approved for a loan up to $50,000 if you have bad credit. But just, hey, giving you $50,000? No. Like, I would never give nobody that's so much into debt an additional $50,000, because most likely you're not going to qualify. Because if you have a whole bunch of debt and you have bad credit, like, your debt to income is not even going to qualify you for a payment for $50,000. So, yeah, that's the thing about this. He just provides you with the source. He doesn't provide you with how to get approved, which is the most important part. It's like, it's great you want to tell me Upstart to get me approved, but when you don't tell me how, what's the credit score they look for, what is their debt to income ratio, what is the credit history profile requirement. So like, so if I was looking at a credit score, so it would be like how recent has it been since the last time you missed a payment? Are you currently paid up to date on all your payments on your loans? How is your credit utilization? How much debt you have out there? How many inquiries you have out there? Do you have any collections? Okay, you're asking for a personal loan. Okay, what's the highest personal loan you've ever had? How have you paid for those personal loans in the past? How many have you had in the past? How many do you have open? So you see all this stuff that I'm just throwing at you that maybe feels very overwhelming. And that's like a majority of the stuff that us as underwriters have to do when we're reviewing somebody's credit application, trying to give them any sorts of loan. So think about it. If you have bad credit and you don't really have a lot of positives, like, do you think you would really get approved for $50,000? So yeah, this is very interesting mix of videos. I definitely enjoyed doing those videos on TikTok. But yeah, if you definitely learned something about credit here today, go ahead and consider subscribing. I'm dropping information and gems on a daily here with my shorts, and keep up to date with more of my advice from an underwriter's perspective. Because in case if you didn't know, I'm an underwriter. Which that means I've approved, decline, or counter loans, and I've done anything that is in the consumer world. So I'll be like a house, cars, a boat, personal loans. So I understand what it takes to get approved for these loans. So yeah, definitely stay tuned so you can go ahead and learn that, because I'm going to be dropping a lot of secret stuff, a lot of financial gurus don't know, but I do know. So see you guys next time, and watch the next video. Like, come on, watch the next video. I'll put it up here, or here, and subscribe. All right, see you guys later. I'm out.